Today in Nerd History!
Have you ever wondered how a company like Marvel keeps all the secrets of a movie as humongous as Infinity War under wraps until release? It's a problem that's so large and complex that it's hard to wrap your head fully around it. Sure, there are all kinds of tactics like forcing NDAs on actors or doling out only little bits of the script to the cast and crew so no one really has the full picture. But have you ever really considered that the production company might just lie to the audience? Astute viewers may have noticed discrepancies between pre-release material and the final movie. And these are not accidental. Marvel is a lot like Loki, knowing exactly which illusions to show the audience to get them right where they want them. Let's look at 5 ways that Marvel has fooled the Infinity War audience prior to release. Number 5, the magic meta-continuity of Thor's Eye Patch. Of the 506 main characters in Infinity War, Thor was probably the mainest. His journey of revenge served as a backbone to the movie as a whole. But do you know what went on an even wilder journey? Thor's Eye Patch. Beyond the furthest reaches of the galaxy, Thor's patch went on a metaphysical journey into fooling the audience into thinking that Thor had lost his eye, but also that he had never lost his eye. Now, stick with me here. To get through this, we're gonna have to jet back to November 3rd, 2017, when Thor lost his eyeball in a battle with Hela at the end of Ragnarok. I'm sure you remember this. But what you may not remember is a half-second clip in the Infinity War trailer that was released later that same month. Yep, there's Thor taken after his good old one-eyed Papa Odin wearing a cool space eye patch. Do you see what I'm getting at? This scene takes place in Infinity War sometime after Sweet Rabbit Rocket gives Thor an eye that he's been smuggling around in his rodent butthole. Okay, this tracks though. Marvel doesn't want to spoil the release of Thor getting his eye back when they know fans are gonna comb through every frame of the trailer. But the Sweet Rabbit hole goes deeper. Ew, I'm sorry. I'll drop the Sweet Rabbit thing. What I mean is, Marvel's earliest sneak peek of Infinity War at San Diego Comic-Con in 2017, before the release of Thor Ragnarok, get this, features scenes of our space salvage Thor, who should have an eye patch, missing his sweet face gear. 2 ends to 2 marketing campaigns, one for Ragnarok, one for Infinity War, but both fully concerned that never for a minute would the audience think that Thor has the wrong number of eyes. Sometimes both eyes, sometimes just one eye. Perfectly balanced. Number 4, the Guardians of Marketing. Thor's Eye Patch was all about audience expectations, giving them what they expect to see as to not spoil anything or raise any confusion. But for a similar and much shorter entry, let's consider the value that changes like this have toward marketing a movie. The Guardians of the Galaxy are really not Infinity War that much as a group. Sure, there's a lot of individual screen time, but they really splinter off to their sub-adventures pretty quickly. This makes it really hard to market an ensemble cast that's loved for their chemistry when you're cutting together a trailer. There are so few shots to pick from that including all of them together is no easy task. I bet you didn't even notice that the shot I just showed you is fake. One of the early marketing moments in the movie hinges on the Guardians scraping Thor off their windshield. But in the actual movie, fan favorites Rocket and Groot are not actually in this scene. Doesn't quite instill the same ensemble cast magic, does it? But it sure did get, like Gary Joe Johnson of Noblesville, Indiana out to see the movie, because Gary may be made up, but he only cares if Mantis and Rocket are in the same shot together. It's weird, really, Gary. It's weird that that's your one thing, but I guess I'll respect it. You made up guy. Number 3, the spoiler stone. We've touched on this a little already, but it should be abundantly clear that Kevin Feige and crew are not at all interested in spoiling the plot details of one of the most anticipated movies ever made. So it should come as no surprise that many details were wiped clean or otherwise just totally changed in Infinity War marketing to prevent plot details from coming through. And just as they are in the movie, the Infinity Stones are the key to everything. Take a look at this shot from the final movie. By the time that Thanos arrives on Titan in the theatrical version of Infinity War, the guy actually has 4 stones: power, space, reality, and soul. So what gives? Why does he only have power and space in this shot from the pre-release trailer? Did Thanos warp reality to hide the others just for this one shot? Well, here we are again, conspicuously missing some stones when Cap goes toe-to-toe with Thanos' big gauntlet. Not only does it hide the other stones, but it also hides how unbelievably badass Cap is to be going against a nearly powered up Thanos. In the marketing materials for the movie, the only stones that were ever displayed are the Power and Space Stone. To speculate a bit here, they probably did this because it seems the most obvious from how Thor Ragnarok ends. But for the stones to be missing in the shot with Cap, which most people could tell was some version of the climax of the movie, seems to indicate that they didn't want us to think that Thanos might even come close to getting all the stones in the movie. It's preventing spoilers, but like a stage magician dressed as Doctor Strange at a kid's birthday party might tell you, any good trick requires just a little misdirection. Why are you talking to a magician at a kid's birthday party, though? You have to sort that out for yourself. Sounds like a problem. Number 2, on the topic of misdirection, hiding unfinished effects. As much as we like to believe these Marvel movies are finished in the can, begging to be watched by the time we see the first trailers, that's just not the case. Up until release, people are still tirelessly sweating, chain-smoking, eyes bugging out of their heads, working at these movies, dying in droves probably, only to be replaced by more nameless servants of the digital image. CGI work is hard, people. Temp effects in trailers, not a new thing. But here is where Marvel is clever. In the battle on Titan, Spider-Man has his kick-ass Iron Spider suit that has extra metal legs, which hadn't been revealed before the release of the movie. So in the trailers leading up to release, why not use an old version of the spider suit missing this effect? This complex lighting effect in Nidavellir needed a little extra love before the final release, so why not just edit out Thor's new toy Stormbreaker while they were at it? Marvel saw these unfinished renders as an opportunity. It's like a judo throw of misdirection. Next time you watch a Marvel trailer, just keep in mind that everything on screen should really read TBD and not yet revealed, which is a weird art house movie that they should also probably make. Number 1, Marvel outright lies. We've seen how Marvel has preserved continuity for the audience. We've seen how they've avoided revealing spoilers. We've seen how they've hidden small details so they might be more surprising at release. But have we talked about how Marvel has outright lied to the audience about what's actually going to be in the movie? And why that's a good thing? Follow with me. Here's the big hero shot from the trailers, the Revolutionary War, stand all of your strong dudes in a line and make them fight shot. Notice anything egregiously wrong? Yeah, how about the Hulk running back there in the background? You see him? He's huge. I'm sure I don't need to remind you that Bruce Banner's mean green side does not make a full appearance in this set piece. His struggle with his inner self is one of the closest things that we have to a character arc in the film. All the earlier scenes in the movie suggest that he's gonna work through his insecurities, get big, and beat some ass when the movie arrives at its Wakanda finale set piece. We all knew it in our hearts that he was gonna bust forth from the Hulk Buster armor and turn the tide of the fight. And we wouldn't be crazy to think this, especially since Marvel put out an officially licensed Funko Pop of this exact thing happening. So what's the deal? Why would they do this? It all comes back to misdirection. Superhero movies and Marvel movies as a whole have become, predictably a little formulaic. So how do you shake things up a bit and make it exciting instead of tired when the good guy beats the bad guy in the big battle at the end? Well, how about this? Spend marketing and most of the movie telegraphing a big character arc that needs completion. Get the audience hyped up for a pivotal scene, then draw out the tension that builds by deliberately not delivering this huge expected moment, only to have another different character unexpectedly emerge to come in and seemingly save the day, only to reveal that no, the bad guy has won. These final tense moments are so effective not just because the minute-to-minute contents of the movie, but because Marvel's plan for what the audience expects to see extends far beyond the limits of the theater. But you're still allowed to be really mad that Hulk didn't burst out of the Hulkbuster armor. But I guess it's the Hulkbuster armor and not the Hulk busts out of it armor, am I right? I wanted to see it too, guys. I wanted to see it too.